watching Let's Chat.
Well, there's still time to set a few more New Year's resolutions, and one of those resolutions may be to make sure that your family is taken care of. And here to give us all the information we need to know is Morgan Hill with Hill & Hill Financial. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, Jess. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good morning to those tuning in this morning. It's good to have everyone here.
Wish I could have some of their coffee right now.
Yeah. You know, one of the things in the work that we do is we do retirement planning. One of those pieces is really about how do you make sure those you love get your stuff. I know that's kind of a non-technical way of saying it. Fancy terms, we call it estate planning. And as I think about the new year, I can't believe it's the 17th of January. Some people make New Year's resolutions, and we at our firm often advocate one of those resolutions should be, how do you know, you really know, that all of those things are in order, and we try to debunk some of the myths and help people out to know that, again, those that they love will be the ones who benefit from their assets.
We want to make sure our family's taken care of. I know we don't like to think about it, but it's smart to think about it.
Yeah. You know, first of all, as a firm, I hold education in the area of law. I'm not licensed as an attorney. I had a bunch of them in my family. They didn't need another one. But we work with some wonderful licensed attorneys. And again, there are times where people have done it themselves, but I'm a big advocate of having good licensed attorneys. But one of the first things that folks, I think, should do as they enter the new year is look at those things like wills or living wills or powers of attorney. One says I'm gone. One says I'm almost gone. You know, you go to the hospital, and then some you're very much alive, but you just can't function. And unfortunately, in the work that we do, we've got folks, you know, some into close to their mid-90s now, and folks might need some help with making those decisions. So, first thing, folks, that I would advocate is look at those documents, if you don't have them, we'll have a opportunity at the end. We've got our 1-800 number for our offices here in Chattanooga. Call, and we're happy to put you in touch. Again, it's just a complimentary service. Happy to put you in touch with some wonderful attorneys that can help with how do you put that together to take some of the scariness out of that process.
Well, and my question is, you know, where would I begin?
Yeah. We look at not only the legal documents, that's one piece. One of the other pieces, folks, is you have these, you know, life insurance policies or maybe annuities or heck, IRAs, 401ks, that kind of alphabet soup of investments, usually have what's called a named beneficiary. You know, who's first, who's second. A lot of folks that we've interacted with over the years, they go, I don't really know where those forms are. Or I got a call literally yesterday where some folks had some changes, and they go, well, who's listed, and where is that document again, and how do I know? And so we go through a process with folks to help them know not only who's listed, but also where do they keep those documents so it's in a safe place so that if anything happens, they're in control and they know exactly where those things are. So bottom line is we help with a process to say, how do we take the scary out of this thing called estate planning and really break it down so that we all can take steps to help our family be first versus someone else being first.
And you help us figure out that checklist, make sure we have everything taken care of.
When we do formal reviews with our folks, and it's a formal written review, email recaps, etc., we look at that on an annual basis yearly. Things change. I've had it where families have a bit of a scuffle in that, I've had people say I don't want them listed anymore, or this has changed or that changed. I've recently had folks where they lost children, and then you need to make sure that who's next in line. So it's either on an ongoing basis as emergencies happen or events happen. But for our opinion, again, I think annually, just to look and review. Certain lawyers that we work with, you know, maybe every 5 years or so, if there are changes to the local laws, you want to make sure that you physically go in and you update them. But doing a review, just like I test the smoke alarms in my house, you know, I just want to make sure that we've got all of that in place and nothing's changed. So folks, as you're listening and watching, you know, maybe on an annual basis, pull those things out and make sure all of that's in line. And certainly we're more than happy to take a phone call to help people with what's that process and to give them some good pointers.
Morgan, thanks for joining us.
Always a pleasure, Jess. And folks, thanks for tuning in. And again, hopefully this information really helps people get to and really get through this thing called retirement.
Well, every time you get my wheels rolling, and Lord knows I'm not even close to retirement.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Morgan, we'll talk to you again here in a few weeks. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Jess. Appreciate it.